Trafalgar Square here in London. Trafalgar Square here. This is Trafalgar Square in central London. Nelson's Column. Glorious fountains here. Would you believe one of the hottest days of the year here? Half of hot weather in June is said to be even hotter this week. Totally unexpected due to the fact we're now in autumn. All goes with the British weather. Some people might blame climate change, but looking down Whitehall, you can see Big Ben there. And the National Gallery behind me here. The National Gallery. Not far from St Martin's in the Field Church here. In a busy London. A few schools about. They can't be back to school yet. Tourists, internationals and various others here. Taking in the autumn sun here. Well, here we are at Trafalgar Square, right near the fountain here, in front of the National Gallery. Major location for posing for photographs here. You can tell there's a couple in front of me just here. Horseguards. Here on Whitehall. Policeman who doesn't drink, he says. Drinking around the pubs. A lot of tourists come out here to see the horses here in Charlotte. Certainly a hot day for the horses here. Not the only one, there should be one down here. Just met an American lady, she's over here. But doing the tourist trek, I suppose you might call it. A few more here, the other horse here.
So we're going to go up that way.
The old pose here for photos, as you can well tell here, then double checking all that. A few Muslims here as well. Certainly a bit cooler just in the alcove there. People do come here regularly for posing for photographs. Well, there's the Women of War Memorial here. Certainly very popular with the people here, taking a few photographs. The Women of War Memorial there. It's been there a few years now. Close to the Cenotaph here, and we're very close to Downing Street, which is just here. Well, Parliament's all back, well into September here. Got the Range Rover there, just about to see through those railings. Cabinet Office opposite, all the police there on guard. Whitehall here in London. Well, this is Palace Green here in London, central London here, next to the House of Parliament with Westminster Abbey over there, St Margaret's Church, and we have the Palace of Westminster here behind me. One of the main access gates here, Big Ben there. Cyclists here got the taxis, electric taxis. Well, this is on Parliament Square. Now, those gates are usually open quite regularly. Sometimes you can see who's coming out of there. Got a Volvo there. Don't know who that is. Of course, maybe nothing to do with the politicians, spin doctors, civil servants. It's just probably a visitor, but traffic around central London peaks and troughs due to the fact we've got congestion zone and ULEZ now. Not only in central London, but of course outside London as well, which has been highly controversial. Started at the end of August. Tourist coach here. Got the Germans are here. Mind you, they do call the country in some ways anyway. For the industry. Closed most of ours down, taken ours over, but there we are. That's the Germans for you. Chinese do quite well as well, but there's a lot of developing countries certainly selling a lot of produce around the world. So the Chinese, India now, a lot of things made in China, of course. But this is Parliament Square. Now, here's that man back. He was talking about problems of plastic, which is quite topical at the moment. But too much plastic around. About the plastic pollution, too much clothing, and single-use plastics, of course. It's a big problem. Crossing here, quite easy to walk around central London. They have made it quite easy for tourists, for pedestrians, and increasingly for the cyclists. And of course this is happening throughout the country now as well, to improve things for the tourists and cyclists. There we are, another international coach there. You'll see a lot of those in London, all the tourist coaches of course, and mostly you could say all around the year, not just in the summer as other places. Main bus thoroughfare here, there we are, the 159 is over to Oxford Street, 211 over to Waterloo, with the bus 11 following in close pursuit behind there. I can see a lot more of the LEVC London electric taxis. It was made in Coventry. Got the MGs around there, of course they're electric. Got them, the electric MGs. That man there with his banners there, but plastic pollution. Plastic enemy. There's the MG, latest MG5 offering there. Range Rovers. The Jaguar I-Pace now, is he going into Parliament? I'm not sure. Sometimes they do. See a few Jags and Range Rovers in there. Right in. Open the gate for them. Obviously it's a main thoroughfare, so they can't stay outside too long. A lot of bikes in London, of course, these days. Well, here we are to Parliament Square. We've got Victoria here. She's in from Stratford, church over there. And she's got some very interesting banners here, all about knowing Christ here. There we are. Lord Jesus, I believe that you are the Son of God. I believe you died and rose from death. We all need to know this, don't we? I repent from my sins and I make you the Lord of my life. There we are. More than dreams. Turn it round, Victoria. Read the back, yeah. Jesus said, look, I am coming quickly. I am the Alpha and the Omega, beginning and the end. Revelation 1:8, 22, 13, 16 and 20. Watch morethandreams.org, spiritlessons.org, freechristianteaching.org, imetmessiah.com. There we are. Thanks to Victoria here. There we are. Showing the love of Christ and evangelising here in central London. We all need to know Christ. This is outside the Palace of Westminster here. Thank you. Thank you very much, Victoria. There we are. We may think we don't need Christ, but we do. Not our own flesh, pride and ego. And to know Christ and left him rather than our own ways. But here we are, Palace Green here outside the Palace of Westminster. Haven't seen any Jags or Range Rovers or any other politicians coming in here, or anybody else here. Advisors, spin doctors, civil servants, anybody else here, but usually a very busy thoroughfare here in London. You do get the odd few protesters at times, especially when it's dry, but not too bad. I think probably about ULEZ more and more, and plastic, and haven't seen any Just Stop Oil or Extinction Rebellion, which have been around a lot over the last couple of years or more. Certainly before the pandemic. I think they're making inroads and doing other things now. So how busy it is here in London. Some rather controversial pursuits. And here comes the old classic route master here. There you route. It's quite a new route, that. None of them owned by London Transport anymore, they're all privately owned. Tea Party and everything else, but that's certainly a different route. It's run by a totally separate company. There's a lot of these tourist buses, you can just see one behind here. And one that even goes out to Windsor as well. Certainly very hot for today. Oh, well, somebody driving badly there. I think probably the bus is at fault there, or the impatience didn't help much. It's behind there. Well, they, as you expect with the Mercedes, they're all usually quite impatient there. He's had to stop with us, stopped him there. Make him think perhaps his actions, perhaps was it worth it? Probably not. Here in London, of course, very busy city. Of course, some people think, well, the hooting have obviously seen the mates, but of course they haven't always seen the mates. It's been a bit aggressive, totally unnecessary. There we are, the views and scenes on Parliament Square. Of course, not so much traffic since the congestion zone, of course, ULEZ as well, taking the non-compliant vehicles off the road, or else you've got to pay the £12.50 a day. I don't know what it is. Certainly £12.50 for the Greater London Zone, which was set up, officially started the end of August, so around about a week ago, all in full flow. Of course, they've had protesters here, and old cars driving round and round and round in circles here. Certainly old Cavaliers and old taxis, non-compliant, the old 10-year-old vehicles and more. I think the Cavalier was about, what, 24, 25 years old? Would you believe? Most people in London won't be driving cars at all. If they are, they're probably trying to make sure they don't drive a diesel, or they have the electric, or of course it's compliant. I think anything before 2015 you've got to pay, certainly, before for the charge. But certainly perhaps they should open out to British-made cars are allowed to use it, because it might help the industry, of course. And today we do hear that Vauxhall up in Ellesmere Port are making solely electric vans. As from today. Ellesmere Port, Vauxhall. I believe they even make vans for Citroën vans in the UK and other makes as well. A busy central London. Broken down route master just now went straight past here, straight on. There goes the old classic route master up Whitehall. Other groups of people enjoying the sun here. Westminster Abbey. Who's coming in here? Well, some import car here, whatever they are. Not sure, probably not a politician, obviously. Got the Range Rover there. Another Range Rover. Not sure who it is, mind. Of course, a lot of people come in and out all day. shut the gate straight away there. It wasn't a jag. Probably some advisor, or probably searching for that bloke who's absconded from prison. Wormwood Scrubs escaped yesterday. Oh, Route Master. Yeah.
Watch the video where Steve Bray has his hat stolen from YouTube.
Does he?
They steal his hat and stand on his megaphone.
Do they? All right. Where's that? What's that on then?
On YouTube.
Yeah. What channel?
On YouTube. If you put in Steve Bray,
I'll have a look at that. There's the T-tour there. You're the old Route Master.
Yeah, the old Route Master.
There we are. Good collecting, right, mate. Thanks now. Oh, a chap from Coventry lives down here now, apparently. Looks like a bit well known. Anti-establishment, good Lord, please. Not for any of those Corbynites or anything else, so you made it perfectly clear. He's that chap who's one of the Ramonas over there, who's usually apparently stealing, although don't quote me. But very well known around here. I don't know, they expect he might be well known. But there we are. This is all the days of working in central London. Meet a lot of different people. But they've all got freedom of speech here. All these protesters here. I can't say one way or the other sometimes whether they're right or wrong. Not living in the area, but just visiting, taking in some of the scenes. Got the Range Rover there. A busy Parliament Square. And the 211 bus here goes over Victoria out to Hammersmith. There we are, Victoria and over to Hammersmith. Somebody's in the way. Certainly a hot day here in London. There's a turn round, a Rolls Royce turns up here. Nevertheless, the Rolls Royce on Parliament Square here, purer and higher and greater, and in the company of a saint with them, probably. Not sure who they are, probably some celebrities there. Of course, could be our businessman there. The Rolls Royce, latest Rolls Royce there. Parliament Square. Looking over the Thames here. Certainly full flow of the river there today. Pleasure cruisers there. Lambeth Palace over there as well. My local landmarks here. And we have the COVID Memorial watered over there. And in the background there, Westminster Bridge and the London Eye, with the aquarium there on the far right. Central London. Burghers of Calais behind me here, in the gaze of the Palace of Westminster. Well, here we have the military Land Rovers here. Just seeing the I-Pace Jag, the old sliding windows. Probably goes back about, what, 30 odd years. Shows how long they last. Nice long time. The barrows here. Stop anybody breaching the secure fence here. Palace of Westminster need a lot of work here. Certainly some is ongoing. Certainly can cost a lot of money and go on for probably at least 15 years when it actually starts the full renovation, when the parliamentarians have to leave. Look to the friendly police officers over there. There, the armed section. Up here is the unarmed section. This is up from Millbank up towards Parliament Square here. Here we are, Palace of Westminster, here in central London. You can go in if you've got tickets, and certainly group bookings I think are probably more appreciated. I'm not sure if people can go in just without appointment. I don't know if you've seen his mate there. Palace of Westminster in need of a lot of work here. Parliament Square up there. Taxis probably time for business here. Another Range Rover. The sights and scenes in central London. The old Mini there, the classic Mini. Of course, quite till the ULS scheme and the congestion charge probably and all that sort of thing, and the relentless MOTs. If you had no car in London, you'd probably be doing alright, because if you had the old Morris Minor, certainly, I don't know if they'll pass the ULS scheme. Quite certainly cheap to run, and certainly parts availability is very good. If you're not using the car very much, great car to have. Of course, I don't know if they're compliant these days. So tourists here in London today, and another old route master. We've got Bridget's tea party here. The afternoon tea tour here. A lovely old route master here. We have a route master there. In central London. All the sights and scenes here. And sounds, of course. With Westminster Abbey and Westminster Central Hall being across the road up there. Up towards Victoria Street. Black taxis. Not so many people on the green here, but there are other greens around the city. Bus 11 goes over towards, certainly goes through Victoria. There's also one here in White City, that's even in white. In White City 148. Now you can't jump off these buses like you used to. Really health and safety, but certainly good access, middle and the rear as well. You can jump off the old classic route master, of course, but health and safety rules would have stopped that now. Of course, they were all decommissioned. Like I say, there's a few around with that tea party. Gentlemen outside Palace of Westminster said there may be some people coming at 2, but they're not sure who it was. They wouldn't let people know, but certainly somebody went in there which probably wasn't an MP about 25 minutes ago. They're trying to find an escaped prisoner on the loose from Wandsworth as well, as I speak. All in a day's work here in London. Busy scenes outside Westminster Station here. Got the Range Rover here. And we have Big Ben here. Big Ben here in central London. The lights have just changed, that's why it's gone very busy. Peaks and flows here in London. With Westminster Bridge up there. Coming to the old route master here, another route master, a few of these around, privately owned of course now. Afternoon tea bus too, you can book them online. A few of those around, different companies. And we have another one here behind. Often you see 2, but that's the Waterloo bus. service bus, but of course they're all owned by private companies now, not owned by London Transport. There he goes. Glad to see those main staple site of London. Now we have Ali BC electric taxi, and we have another route bus, that A route bus over to Waterloo. There he goes, over Westminster Bridge there.